Okay. Hello, everybody. It's Mr.G. I'm here with Kelly Coca.
Hi.
She graduated last year. We're at Memorial High School. She was so nice to come back. And we're going to talk about, I just want to talk to her about, anyway, she was at college for welding. So I'm so excited. Okay, so I just want to talk to you. I want to know what it's like over there and what advice you would give my current students and what advice you give to the administrators of this school to help the students prepare for the next step, and what's it like at college? So where do you want to start? What's it like at college? What have you been doing?
Okay, so, well, basically it's like, you know, your regular classes and everything, and then it's like...
Wait, hold on. She's at school at engineering, Lehigh.
Yeah.
Okay, mechanical engineering.
Right, yeah.
Freshman year, this is just one semester.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, first of all, it's not, college is no joke at all, and you're absolutely 100% on your own.
Yeah.
Like, even if you, like, there's sometimes when you want to call your parents for help, but sometimes there's no way for them to help you.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta be an adult and then actually do stuff on your own and ask for help and everything. Like,
I remember that when I was going to college. I couldn't believe it. The professors, if you don't turn something in, they don't care.
Yeah, it's
you're
like,
on your own.
Yeah, especially because it's mostly everything's online. So it's like once you miss the deadline, like you can't turn it in.
Wow.
The system won't let you.
Oh, your papers are online?
Yeah, like basic like homework assignments are online, but like other stuff you could like hand in like on paper. So yeah.
And then you have lecture halls and stuff?
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people in a lecture hall?
Maybe like 200.
200 people in a lecture hall. And it's only
like maybe like your recitations that are like maybe like 15 people.
What's a recitation?
So a recitation is like, okay, so for example, my physics class, it's a huge lecture hall, but then you have recitation where you have like graduate students, and they take like 15 students, and they kind of break down everything, so you have like somebody else that's helping you out with the work.
Subcategory.
Yeah, so like they're helping you out with physics. Yeah.
Okay, but let's not scare the seniors at the high school. Let's just break down two things. Recitation is just basically smaller groups with a grad student. A grad student is someone who's done with the 4-year degree but now is back to study a more specific area, and then they're also a teacher. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the lecture hall is huge, like 200 people.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you to get there on time and to. I used to fall asleep in the. I used to fall asleep in the 300-person lecture hall. This is bad. Yeah. One time the teacher came walking up the steps and they had a microphone like this. It's like a concert. Wait, hold on a second.
Pause.
Yeah. Okay, we're recording. So, all right, we're still recording, right?
Oh,
okay, no, it's fine. Gordon is here. Okay, so.
How have you been?
I'm good, you?
Come on in the interview. Stand right here.
Oh, get in the chair.
No, here, sit right here. Okay? Sit right there.
All right. God. Kelly! Oh, I gotta do this right.
Okay.
Do you have space?
Yes, we're just like
we
this.
just gotta squeeze like
all right,
sardines.
Okay, so where we left off was what it's like in the hall. But anyway, I don't want to scare any of the seniors or students in high school watching this. But basically, college is no joke, meaning you have to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you studying?
Well, right now I'm in the College of Engineering, so for right now, for all freshmen are in a general loop.
Okay.
And it's not until March of our freshman year that we declare our majors, like what we're going to do, either mechanical, civil, electrical, computer science, computer engineering, whatever it may be. And it's not until your sophomore year, all your classes, maybe just like 1 or 2, are only engineering classes.
Okay.
So it's like engineering like all day.
So it's like a general type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this very special thing that you're doing. This is very cool. You're on a club. It's like a sport. It's like a club sport. You're on a college competitive racing team.
Yep.
In other words, they're building a car that's going to compete against other colleges, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the name of the club is Lehigh Baja, SAE. So there's 2 different clubs.
What's SAE? Society of Automotive Engineers.
Yep.
It's okay. So SAE is like it's kind of like they have a set rules and all the colleges can compete, and then about 3 times a year you guys meet, or when do you guys compete?
Well, we compete right after school then, so like
it's
like a 3-day competition.
Okay.
So
we're in California?
Well, we're going to Kansas this year.
We're going to Kansas.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
So they have to trailer the car. It's a little race car. It's not meant for the street. It's like a big go-kart.
Yeah.
and then they bring it over there, and then they race against the other teams.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like, but you have to be really dedicated because a lot of us meet like maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and it's either with welding, with designing, with SolidWorks. Like we use that's the only thing we use is SolidWorks.
Wow.
Yeah.
See?
We
Nice.
use GrabCAD, so it's like a Google Drive for SolidWorks,
yep,
which is
totally.
really cool. Or it's either designing or like meeting up to like set up like confirmation on like a set design. It's like a lot of stuff you have
Wow.
to do. So yeah.
So you have like parameters, like you can't go here, you can't go here, but what happens here is up to you.
Yeah, and then it's cool because like they gave us like a rule book, so like we have to have specific safety
Big one.
regulations. We have to
Like it has to have a roll bar in case you roll over, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
roll cage is like a big thing for us.
Okay, now I'm gonna brag a little bit for you and for me and all for coordinator is that as a freshman, she's welding on the chassis,
TIG welding, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
on the whole car.
and
TIG welding.
that's like unheard of, right? Is that unheard of?
Yeah, a lot of the guys were pretty surprised because I first met them at the club fair, like at the
Yeah.
beginning of the school year, and I kept asking them questions. And I told them, "Oh yeah, I did SolidWorks," and he's like, "Really? In high school?" I'm like, "Yeah, and I know how to weld." What? He's like, "Yeah. Well, when we have our
So
first
you
meeting."
impressed all the seniors when,
Yeah,
when you were there.
Yeah, they were
That-
pretty.
that's
They were
unbelievable.
pretty surprised. I did a lot of the machining stuff here, and they're just like, "Kelly, you're like way ahead of
Well,
us."
because most high schools don't offer that.
Right.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable. This is
Yeah, they even said like some of the machines that we have here are better than over there. Like the grinding machine, it's crazy, and I'm just like, yeah. I know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I felt pretty cool though. But
That's awesome.
I didn't want to brag though, but I was just like,
no, that's
No,
right.
brag, okay? Because it
It's
helps.
amazing.
It helps us here, because the administration is very supportive here, and we're a lucky town that they never got rid of the equipment, and we
Yeah.
keep on adding more. And it's super lucky. It would take a decade for another high school to catch up to where we are.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wayne
Yeah, that's
Hills,
cool.
even where I'm from, Wayne, they don't offer this
No?
at all. No, they don't like this. No, they
Yeah.
offer maybe a little mechanics where you're switching oil, etc. But what you do here, trust me,
Because we
you'll
do
never see it.
fabrication from scratch.
No one
yeah,
does
it's
that.
not even machining. It's like
Yeah.
coding too. Like here we have the coding C++.
Right, we got the coding
And they
here.
even teach Arduino. And what are we doing my first freshman year? We're doing Arduino and Java and MATLAB, and I'm like, oh.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Wow.
We're
So
good
you
here.
took
Yeah.
so in this school you took coding, you took machining with me, you took welding, you took fabrication, you took did you do anatomy and whatnot with the coordinator?
No, I didn't
No,
fit in my
okay,
schedule.
it just started
Okay,
recently
okay.
this year.
And then you did did you do you did SolidWorks
And the 3D printer.
and the 3D printing. So you had all these things and all this experience coming in. Did that help
And
you?
what?
A lot.
Yeah.
And the best part is though is that you're actually using all of it though.
Mhm.
It's not like you're only using with some subjects you maybe only use a couple little things from
Right.
it. This you're using such a broad
Yeah.
amount of things.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I feel
Cool.
like it kind of helped me like step up like as a freshman because when you're a freshman in anything it's like okay well you're just starting to get the ropes but once I told them like I had experience with machining and welding they're just like
You're the big dog.
yeah now I'm like one of the only 2 MIG welders on the team so it's pretty
Wow.
cool yeah
In all of Lehigh.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
okay, this is awesome, but I'm actually quite jealous. I want to work on a race car at a college level. It's so cool.
It's so much fun, but it's just
Yeah.
you really have to like take the time to like learn about each part of the car, how everything works and everything. Because if not, you're just gonna be lost. Like the seniors and like the head dogs of the whole team, like they help you out as much as they can. They're just like they're pretty cool, and like almost all of them are majoring in mechanical engineering. So it's like
Cool.
yeah, so it's just like
Yeah, so they don't just throw you into it saying
No.
weld this. They teach you everything beforehand, right?
yeah. We even meet on Saturdays. Like if anybody wants to learn welding, like just come to.
Wow.
I guess like after it was like me and a sophomore that were just welding. It's just like okay, it's just us.
Cool. That's cool.
So yeah.
And the other welder, did they have a similar situation? They came from welding, or they had to learn it there?
No. One of the seniors, like from that already graduated, he taught him how to weld.
Okay, so he's an apprentice there, but he didn't have it in high school.
No.
Okay, so you're like a year ahead of even the youngest apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the older, yeah. And then I didn't have machining and this type of stuff in my high school either. I had to learn all this stuff later. I went to school for design,
Yeah.
and then while there, we had to learn how to make prototypes. By senior year, I could make a prototype, but when I first got there, clueless. I
Yeah.
could have really used something like this. Because I think that there's definitely like this idea that, an old idea, that if you're not going to college, then you'll do a trade, or if you're doing a trade, you're not going to college, and they separate it, but there's no separation.
Yeah.
These trades helped you at the college.
A lot.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What was I going to ask you? I'm so excited about all this stuff. Okay, what about when they bend the tubes? I have a specific question for.
We have a separate shop.
Really?
There's so many buildings in high
Really?
school. There's the 3D printing and entrepreneurship.
Oh my God.
There's the
Wow.
main manufacturer for mechanical engineering, like
Wow.
machine shop. There's our shop for the SAE teams. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then there's like within the 3D printing like building, there's like a kind of basement type, and it's like they have it's like another machine shop. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Now, so I know that, okay, so perfect timing. So I know they basically have like tubes to put the car together, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
all we use.
yeah, and then but to make that tube do a curve, I don't have a good machine for that. I only have one that does like a 3.5 inch radius turn, but you have like multiple.
Yeah, it's like different like
Yeah.
you could switch it out and
You could
put
switch
whatever
out
size.
whatever size you want.
And there's like a machine to put like the different angle you want. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah, when I
awesome.
first saw it, I was like, wow.
That's so cool.
We could have used
Is it
this
like
last year.
is it 3 rollers or you switch out dies? You have to switch out something or you just change the measurement?
Well, both.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, sure. For different size diameter tube.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay,
So.
okay.
Mhm.
All right. What would you say to a high school student that wants to follow your path? What advice would you give to Kelly from 3 years ago?
Join every fabricating, machining, coding shop your school offers because it's going to help you a lot in the long run.
Okay, let me say that louder. Join
any machining,
Yeah.
wood shop, code, anything to
Yeah.
work with your hands.
Right.
Do it. Because,
Even if you're going to college.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you're going to do it in college if you want to. If
Right.
you want to be a part of it, it's
Right.
going to help you a lot.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And then, what advice would you give me? What could I do to improve this to cater it more towards, let's say, Lehigh? Is there anything I could do? And you can be honest.
I don't know. I guess it's just like the basic, like let them figure out the problem,
Right.
because you don't want to just like always be on top of them and be like, oh no, you should do this, and then they'll just agree, but they don't know why.
Okay.
So it's better if they figure out the problems of like their projects on their own.
Sure.
Because then they'll learn like, okay, well this is another way not to do it, so I'm
Right.
gonna figure out another way to solve it.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
One of the biggest problems I come across, and it's always like this, is that students get, I think, frustrated with failure. And I've been trying to explain to them that failure is valuable because you're learning how not to do something and
Yeah.
whatnot. So what would you say to let's say even a senior here, or a high school student, say, who's upset with frustration with, they're trying to make something and they can't make it, what would you say to that person?
Breathe. First breathe.
Yeah, totally.
Like take a few minute break and then you come back to it. Like once you're I feel like once you're frustrated, it's like you can't think because you're just thinking like hastily and you're
Sure.
just throwing anything like
Yeah.
out of your brain, and it's not gonna work. You're just gonna waste more
You
time.
teach everyone yoga.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yoga.
We
Oh
do
my
some
God,
good
yoga. Yeah, that would be
Breathing.
cool.
Some downward facing dog.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, like I feel
We
like
should have that every morning.
Every morning.
yeah, like even with me,
Turn
like
over.
even if it's
Yeah.
just welding, like sometimes I just need to take a break
Mm.
and then come back to it and I'm good to go.
Nice.
So yeah.
Is there any pieces of equipment or skills that you would like me to add to the shop?
That
Maybe
would
just like
benefit
the-
you now.
Yeah.
The milling and the lathe, pipe bending.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're doing more milling and lathe stuff
Yeah.
now.
That's
Yeah.
mostly what we do. Even for regular mechanical engineers who aren't in Baja,
Wow.
they do milling for like their big projects.
Wow.
When they're like juniors or seniors.
Really?
Yeah.
So we have a benchtop mill,
Mhm.
and we have a small lathe, and we have a large lathe, but we don't have a large mill. So like a Bridgeport or something like that.
Okay.
That would be really good. Maybe next year their older one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big ticket item, but it'll last forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps out a lot.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed is that they don't have a pole max.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
super rare.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
why don't they have this here?
Super
I was like,
rare.
that would have worked well for. Okay, so one thing is like for
Mm.
us, like for Baja, there's a CVT cover.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so for that,
Oh.
they told me that what they usually do is that they just use a hammer and they like bend the metal like that, and so it
Mm,
kind of
really?
comes out all crooked and everything because
Yeah.
they don't have the
They don't have the-
machine to do it.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, oh my god, this is my high school. I could do this. And so I was like, I could do it. I could just come back to
Yeah.
school and I'll do it. And he was like, really? I'm like, yeah, we have the machine and we have the manual.
Wow.
And I'm like,
No
And
kidding.
they're just like, how
Oh,
do you
that's
have
cool.
this at your high school and we don't have it here?
Okay, to be fair, the Poleaxe is like super rare.
Okay.
But all it is it's a reciprocating hammer on a cam.
Yeah.
So you can control how much pressure, and then you can change the dies. You're welcome to use it. In fact, any alumni, students, or current students that want to try it out, no problem, because the more I have alumni come back, the more I learn how to be a better teacher and what tools and equipment and what skills are necessary to stay relevant. Almost like you're like an advisor to me now, you know, in a way.
No,
you know?
it's true.
Yeah. Do you still want to do that part, or do you don't have time?
For
The cover, the sheet metal cover.
yeah, they just don't have the design ready
Oh,
on
okay,
SolidWorks,
okay.
so they said they weren't gonna have it ready by winter break, maybe by like.
All right.
March.
If you get the design ready, we could make it here if you want. Is that something you'd want to do, or you know?
And maybe
Yeah.
we can even
Okay.
send it
All right.
to you, send the plans.
Yeah, we can get
and then-
started, or like we could wait for you, whatever. You know.
Yeah, no, because I want.
Okay.
Enthusiasm.
It's mine.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
That's good. See, it's yours.
Yeah.
It's like ownership.
Now, this is what you're talking about, right? Like something made out of aluminum.
Yeah.
It's a sheet. It's got a specific cut to it. So right now they're making these for an aquaponics project, just to gusset like a light stand. But this skill is what's needed to make race car parts.
Yeah.
So you know it's pretty cool. You know.
And
so-
not even that's like more like materials. Like you gotta know which is good for what. Like for CVT cover, that's something that you don't want to use as steel. You want to use
Right,
aluminum because
right. Super lightweight.
One of our
Super lightweight.
one of our challenges is to reduce the weight of the cover.
Totally.
We want to have the least weight so we can go faster in the
Yeah.
on the actual like competition day.
Nice.
That's cool.
Hey, you got any questions?
I'm just still mind blown.
Yeah, I know it's so cool, right?
Everything she's done.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I really appreciate you coming back too.
I wanted to come back.
Yeah.
I wanted to like tell you everything that was going
Yeah.
on. I was like, oh my
Anything else you want to tell me?
god. Well, I have another advice for like student:
Yeah.
manage your time.
Time
I
management.
cannot stress that enough.
How do you do it?
You just have to plan everything before, and like they even like there's even like help sessions. So, like workshops where students come to you like talk about like
Oh, yeah.
managing your time, and so like you have print out a calendar, a template, and just write down everything you gotta get done by every single day and stuff like that. It's like making sure you're on point, you don't miss
Right.
anything. So.
How did you choose Lehigh? Like what I know you looked at some other schools. Yeah, and you're obviously happy with Lehigh.
Yeah.
So you recommend it? Totally. And then what were the other schools that you looked at? Give me like a few.
I looked at Worcester, which was a really good school.
yeah.
That was my second choice.
Yeah.
After
Is that
after-
Worcester Polytechnical?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a really great school.
Yeah.
I looked at Rensselaer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was closer because it was in New York, but it's like almost 2 hours away.
Upstate
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah.
It's past Albany probably. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like 3 hours from here.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
Yeah.
and then let me see what else. NJIT.
Okay.
And then I don't know. Like there's like a lot. I applied to 12 schools, so I don't
Okay.
I don't remember all of them.
Okay, so yeah, anything? Did you think of anything that you want to add? You're blown away. Okay.
I'm blown away.
Okay. Just so you guys know, Cornitzer does a lot with the STEAM Academy, and you're doing a courtyard. Oh, they're doing a whole courtyard. You got to show you this.
Yeah, we're building an outdoor garden.
No.
But like also with a path where it's gonna have a pergola with vines coming down. We're gonna have a pond. But we're also, I'm also doing prosthetic arms.
Oh yeah, he's doing with 3D printing.
Prosthetic
okay.
arms.
Yeah.
They've already done casts.
Oh wow.
And I also have, just a bunch of.
What is it? What is that thing? Sometimes because he teaches anatomy, but you actually do like suturing and
Yeah, so I teach the kids how to suture.
which is like sewing skin back together. So he does it. How do you do it with a grape or a
No, so we do
Oh.
banana skin.
banana skin?
Banana skin.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty cool. So it's like you get to practice to be a doctor.
Again, it's
or,
all with the hands, though.
okay.
It all starts with
Hands
the
on,
hands.
because then it matters.
Oh, absolutely. Even
Yeah.
when I was in college and I was talking to a doctor all the time. At the time, I wanted to be a surgeon when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
First thing he told me, if I ever want to be a surgeon, is to work with the kind of more like Vex with little screws and constantly use things with your
sure.
hands,
Yeah.
just to get your hands nimble and being
Right.
able to move stuff.
Wow.
It's all practice.
That's cool.
That's the first thing he told me.
I like that. I forgot I was going to say something about what you're doing. It's very cool what you do. Oh, you know what it is? Where the rubber hits the road, like people can study books and do this thing. That's great, and they can do well on their tests, but where the rubber hits the road, where things matter is when you actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where, like, you know, you could study to be the greatest doctor, but if you can't do the manual work, you're not going to be a surgeon, you know? So you got to try doing stuff, you
You
know?
can be the most brilliant person in the world, but if you
Yeah.
can't get the mechanics right, forget it.
Yeah,
You're done.
exactly. Let's see, what else? I don't know. So now what's next for you? So you are on break, and then you're going to go back.
Yep.
And when you go back, you have your spring semester.
Yeah.
And you have a whole load of classes. How many classes are you taking?
I'm taking 5 this semester.
5 classes.
So yeah, another thing.
So what are you taking? Give us your list.
So okay, well, fall semester I took physics, calculus 1, or like some students, like if they already took the AP classes, they're like ahead.
Okay.
So yeah, you have that. We have an intro to engineering class. So it's kind of like a lecture hall, but they're kind of telling you, like, we have alumni coming in
Oh wow.
who talk to you about different companies that they've done.
That's cool.
Like they even have professors coming in telling students what their departments, like what they do
So
and
that's a big
everything.
thing. I wish we could get here. Maybe
We should have a regular lecture
Yeah, I
thing. I
agree.
mean, she could be
Yeah.
part of it, like just coming
in
in.
to STEAM Academy and
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason I'm doing the video, because it's hard, you know, her schedule. So I was like, let me capture on video.
Of course.
You know?
So yeah, and then we have the regular. So everybody has to take 2 semesters of English.
Okay.
Yeah, English is like you gotta get that done.
Yeah.
And then that, and then your humanities and social science, like even engineering majors, we have to take.
The
We have
prerequisites.
to, we have to take 1 economics class.
Okay.
So that's what I'm taking the spring
Oh, sure.
semester.
Okay.
My English 2, calculus 2, chemistry,
Wow.
All the fun
and
stuff.
engineering 10, which is the second intro to engineering, which we're actually gonna learn how to do Arduino.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, we're gonna get the kit and everything. It's like, and it's
So
from 8 to
Arduino
4.
is a company. It's actually a nonprofit, believe it or not.
Yeah?
What's a woman's name?
Adafruit.
Well, no, Adafruit sells them.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
okay.
she sells it. Actually, so on that topic, there's a woman in New York City that manufactures circuit boards and sells a whole line of electronics. First chip manufacturer in New York City in like 50 years or something like
Okay,
that.
something like
And it's manufacturing in Manhattan, which is crazy. And then Arduino's not made by her, but Arduino is a small processor, right? So it's like $25, and you basically can do some computer operations and whatnot.
Like turn
Yeah.
something on, turn something off.
Yeah.
Automatically or.
And it's like program. It's like if this condition is met, then it will do X, whatever
Yeah.
you tell it to do.
Yeah,
Uh,
taking the C++ class is gonna help me a little bit more.
Which we
It's called the
offer
language.
here.
Yeah.
So we have an engineer on staff that's teaching robotics and teaching coding, and then Arduino is part of that, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, one last thing I want to ask you. The blog.
I have to update my blog.
Yes.
I cannot wait to talk about Lehigh and then tell everybody like.
Please do.
Yeah, I gotta get that done, and then I might or might not include another post about. So I joined another club which is called Engineers Without Borders.
Oh.
So there's like different like projects you could take, but what we took is what I did is like the project class. So it's like you're working on like an issue, and like so we're working right now. We're aiding Cebadilla in Honduras.
Wow.
Oh, no, Nicaragua. Sorry.
Wow.
So it's like right now they have like a problem with gray water in the roads and everything.
Sure.
So like I was with a group of like maybe 2 other people, and we're working on like solutions to help like solve the problem. Yeah.
That's
and get rid of
amazing.
gray water. So, yeah.
I remember you always wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
So Kelly had like one foot in like mechanical, but also wanted to do something with water.
Mhm.
And so this was a hard decision, because originally you wanted to do civil engineering.
Yeah, and then.
And now you're doing mechanical, but you can also do a little bit of civil, because water is civil, basically.
Yeah. Well, another
Yeah.
thing that's cool is like the school, even if you're doing mechanical, the civil engineering department gives an environmental engineering
Nice.
minor for people who aren't in that department.
Oh, okay. That's
So
cool.
you could still,
Oh,
you
sure.
could still be involved in that
Very cool.
in that area.
So just to explain, anybody who doesn't know, Kelly ran a blog. A requirement for my class is that every month you summarize what you're working on through these photos, and I started it years ago. And even though it was a requirement, Kelly really took to it like as if it was her own idea, and she really made it her own. So if you go to, Kelly Coca Designs, You can just type in Kelly Coca Engineering.
Yeah, and I'm probably
Kelly
the only
Coca
one.
Engineering. Yeah.
Everyone.
Yeah. COCA.
Yeah.
Kelly Coca Engineering. Blog. It's a Google blog spot, and you'll see 3 years of summaries of her projects. Even if some of them are broken into parts, like part 1, part 2, part 3.
Even the video that I posted.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
She made a video it's like an audition video for a college, and they call it a maker portfolio. And she put that on there, and she has her flashlight. So what are the projects? You have flashlight project. You have the hovercraft. You did the hovercraft with her.
Oh yeah, do you remember that? That was
Yeah.
the first big project.
They had a great time doing that. Hovercraft. What else was
Wow,
on?
it really was the first big project.
Yeah. I did the welding.
Welding.
Oh, my
Chair.
gyroscope on SolidWorks.
Gyroscope on SolidWorks.
Thing.
It's so cool. So now,
Chair.
yeah. Now this is the thing. Recently, I saw that you had advertising on one side of it,
Yeah.
and you get paid for this. It's not a lot, but it's
But
something.
It's like, it's
So-
like I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah, and
So-
I encourage the students.
Really?
You guys.
Yeah, like
okay.
once I freaked out because it
There's
was
an
like
advertisement.
Yeah.
I freaked out because I got 1 cent, but it's like I got 1
Yeah,
cent.
so you got 1 cent, but it's something. Imagine if it gained momentum, And also, did you ever use the blog to communicate your ideas with people and show them stuff?
Yeah, I showed
Yeah, who did you show? Anybody?
I showed some girls from it was cool because when my school offered it's like a pre-orientation.
Okay.
So the one I did was Lehigh Women Engineers.
Oh.
So I showed some of my mentors and they're like, wow, this is like really good.
Nice.
Like I like this. So yeah, that was another thing. And then maybe like some other like mentors that you have like here and there in every class or whatever.
Nice.
I showed like maybe a couple people in my Baja
Wow.
team. So yeah.
Wow. So then the next thing is, if you do a post about your fall semester, throw some shout outs to like talking to people at like basically I would like to use it to show my students here, say, do you want to know what it's like to go from Memorial High School to an engineering college? Kelly has already shown that, and just that, So it's a great tool, and that's why I throw it in there. I started with paper.
Yeah.
We used to we would just put the pictures and write them, and kids had to print them out, and they used to decorate them. I still have some of them.
Really?
And then once we got digital, I was like, what? I was like, no, let's go for the blog. Yeah. So let me see it. Make sure the camera's still rolling. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm glad you tuned in. Kelly, thanks for coming in. Dave, Corn, sir, anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay.
That's
No.
it.
All right. And also, what if people want to see the work you're doing on the Baja team? Is there a way to do that? Oh, they have an Instagram account, right?
They have an Instagram. They have an actual website.
Okay.
If you search up like Lehigh Baja, it'll probably be like the first link that'll pop up.
All right. So Lehigh Baja, and then you'll see it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thanks so much. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. See you later. Mr. G, Memorial High School. Kelly, Dave, we're out. Okay.